Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing kind of like a everyday makeup tutorial. I had someone on my Instagram message me and be like, hey, I want to see like an everyday makeup routine because like don't know what to do. But at the same time, I've had one of my friends say to me, like just in person, she's seen me, so she's like, how do you get your face to just look like you have a filter like at all times? So I'm like, well, first of all, thank you. And I figured I'll kind of incorporate that into this because that's how I do like an everyday makeup tutorial. But I will say right here, I don't wear makeup every day. If anything, it's just like my eyebrows, and that's it, because we're wearing masks right now. And this is all you're gonna see. I mean, I could do some eyeshadow, but I don't make time for that. So, alright, so first off, I start off with moisturizer. That's like the biggest thing. There's a lot of moisturizers that I like. I really enjoy the e.l.f. Daily Hydrating Moisturizer. It's very great. It just kind of feels like putting water on your skin, and that's what I prefer versus like feeling like a heavy cream underneath my makeup. But, you know, whatever you have for like a daily hydrating moisturizer should be good. So, I'm gonna put some of that on your face. Alright, now that you look like you've been rubbing your face a little too hard. If you need some extra moisturizer, that's when I would go in with a hydrating primer or something like that. I typically, it's a little secret, I typically don't put on primer. I know, don't come for me. I really don't. If anything, I'd use the Hangover RX primer from Too Faced, because it's pretty great. And then of course, if you need like a pore kind of thing, then that's a whole other story, and then you can put that on too. I guess we'll put some of the Hangover primer. I need some extra hydration. If you're needing to fill in some pores, you can use the Benefit Perfect primer. I love that one. That was my personal favorite. I don't really need that right now. I've been hydrating a lot, so I think we're good. Let that sit in for a little bit because I can still feel that my face is pretty tacky, so I'm gonna let that dry just a tiny bit more. That's a little less tacky, a little bit more sunk into your skin. I'll be honest with you, on a daily basis, I do not want to feel the heaviness of a foundation, so I go in with concealer and I just conceal everywhere. But if I was to use a foundation, oh no, where'd it go? I would use my Arbonne Perfecting Liquid Foundation. I personally love this stuff. I think it's very good. It's very lightweight and thin feeling, and I'm in the shade Soft Blush, just so you know. But again, I said we're not going to be doing that. No. We're gonna put on a bunch of concealer to conceal our sins. Now I do a mixture of concealers. My first and favorite is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm in the shade 10, which is fair because I'm pale. And I will literally just put that pretty much everywhere. But focusing on certain spots in particular that you're like wanting to cover. So like instead of just doing it under my eye, I'm bringing it down onto my cheek because I want to kind of conceal my face. Conceal some of the freckles. I don't want to hear about it. I know people love freckles. I love my freckles too, but with this method, I can still see my freckles. Just so you other freckle people know. Because when I put on foundation, my freckles are gone completely. I have no freckles whatsoever. So yeah, I pretty much just put that literally everywhere. And I will take my beauty blender and blend it in. Alright, now that we are looking ghostly, we're gonna make ourselves look even more ghostly. So I'm taking the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Light Sand, and this is where I'm just gonna like really highlight the certain areas and extra just conceals. So I'm literally gonna put the tiniest dots right there because I don't want to put it directly under my eye because I don't want it to crease so much. So I'm going to put it down here a little bit further, and then I'll blend it out this way and blend it up towards my eye. It's a little less to work with. I'll put a little bit, and a little bit. That's about it. And now we're going to blend that in. Trying to keep it like right at those center points, not blending it out too much. Okay, now with the pointy part of my beauty blender, I'm going to go in and start blending this, and I will show you enough, but I'll still speed it up that you can see that I'm going to blend it out and then up, and just like the tiniest bit of concealer is going to go underneath my eye just because I don't want it to crease and get all like thick and cakey in that area. So that's it as far as that part goes. Now, you'll notice I didn't conceal like on top of my eyes. I don't want to put extra product there because I don't want it to be like crazy bright in that one section. So I will just kind of take whatever's left over on my beauty blender and just kind of go over that section just very quickly. To just kind of like, now it's brightened it a little bit, but it makes it blend in with the rest of my skin, but it's not like bam, like in your face, wow, she just puts concealer there. Now is the part where it's kind of gonna get into that like filter effect, because I go in with the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder. Now, this is the pressed powder. We're not going with any loose powders whatsoever because it's just gonna be a little bit more cakier than we're wanting. So we're gonna go in with a pressed powder, and I use a compact brush a little bit more. Not compact, you know what I mean. It's not like super fluffy. It's pretty dense. Yeah, it's a pretty dense brush, and yeah, we're gonna go in with that pressed powder. Mine's like at the end, so I'm really trying to get in the edges. And now that that's like full of it, you're going to pack it. Pack it. You're not going to blend it, you're going to pack it. Right where you would have the most pore kind of coverage. Not pore coverage, but pore coverage. I'm going to do that on both sides, and again we're just going up and down packing motion. We're not blending, we're not pushing, because the more you do that, the more you're going to move your concealer. That's not okay. We're also going to go right and up underneath the eyes with that. Right into the crease, right into the corner, up and down packing motion. This is going to set the concealer as well as putting that powder there, and this powder is great for making it not cakey. And you're going to do the same thing right at your forehead, right here. Right in the center where you would mostly find the pores being seen. And I'm going to put a little bit on my chin just to kind of blend the powders together. Avoiding the nose. Avoid the nose for now. If you have some crazy pores there, maybe put it there, but again, just pack it. Just pack it in. Okay, so now we're looking super ghostly. That's okay. But You can still see my freckles. But you have some nice coverage and not a lot of pores are showing at this point. Now, everywhere that you didn't put that other powder, well, with some exception, I'll show you. I'm going to go in with the Mineral Touch Pressed Powder from Unique. I personally think this is one of my favorites for a powdered foundation. Go with whatever you like. This one's my favorite. And gonna get a lot of that right on the brush. I have a bigger compact or dense brush. And we're gonna go right along everywhere that we didn't put that other powder. Well, I cross it along my forehead and my chin as well, even though I just put that there. Make sure to blend it down your neck. The only place that we're not putting it, that we put the other powder, is going to be like right under the eyes right here. But I'm going to take it and kind of go along like my cheekbone and bring it to the end of my nose with an up and down compact pressing motion, but not going directly underneath my eyes. Now also taking it and putting it on my nose. This is the powdered foundation going on the nose. A little bit on the eyes. Again, that entire time was an up and down packing motion. We're not blending anything yet, because we need to set all of those powders first before we go and push them around, because then they're gonna be gone. They're gonna leave and we're gonna be like, what the heck? So at this point, you should be looking like you have a filter on your face. Nice. That's what we want. But underneath your eyes might still have a little bit of like a creasage. So I don't right now, but I have before, so I'll tell you right now. You can go in with a very small blending brush, but not a blending brush. I'll show you. It's got to be a little bit more compact, just a little bit. What the heck? Why can't I find any of the brushes that I want? Alright, well I can't find the brush that I want, but you know what I'm talking about. Kind of like this brush. Kind of like this brush. Where it's like, you can blend with it because it's still loose enough, but it's compact enough to like really get up in that area. But you can fill that with your Bye Bye Pores powder and just shove it back in those areas and make sure you look up and kind of blend it out a little bit. Or you can take your brush that you already used to have that and without any other powder and just look up and push it out. Okie dokie. So next is my absolute favorite part, bronzer. I love bronzer because right now I'm very white and I want to look, if you know what I mean. My favorite is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. What shade is this one? Light bronzer. I'm way too light to use the dark bronzer, duh. But I have an angled brush. Nice, compact, but still a little bit floofy. If you like these brushes that I was talking about before, these ones with the cute little stems, handles, I don't know. They're from a brand called Cala. They're pretty. So we're gonna go into our Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Really get it on there. You can tap off some of the excess if you want. Some of my favorite things to do though is to kind of just do a little swipe on the back of your hand 1 or 2 times, kind of just get off some of that excess. And now we're gonna position it this way. So see how the angle's going up? So where it's the most compact down here, you're gonna find where your cheekbone is. Place the bottom of that brush where it's compact along the bottom / middle part of where the cheekbone is, or the indentation of where the cheekbone is. And pretty much you're gonna set it on the cheekbone, and you're gonna go up with it. I like to put more of it towards my hairline and blend it down this way. But you want to make sure you're blending upwards, not downwards. You want to create the illusion of a chateau. Not chateau, not chateau, but shadow. Yes. So I'm pretty much going to keep that bottom section, is what I'm looking at, of the brush. Make sure we're blending upwards with it, but also inwards. Keeping the most compact area, or the darkest area, right here. See, I made a nice little shadow. Very nice. Just keep blending, just keep blending, just keep blending. Blending is your, like, best friend when it comes to makeup. It really is. And as much, like, controversialness there is to the rest of your face, do it based off of your face shape. However, I'm a big advocate for putting it by your temples and putting it by my hairline and blending it. It's kind of like that whole number 3 thing where it's like right here, you come down and it's the 3. I don't do that though. I will go along my chin, like underneath, but I focus on everything else first. But I will put a little bit by my temples, but it's mostly in my hairline. And I'm going to blend that down to my cheek one that I just did. Can you see that side? Versus that side? I don't know if you can tell, but I'm blending the makeup into my hair, into my hairline. And I'm going to do the same thing in my forehead. All along my forehead, because that's how I like to do it. I think that's what looks best on pretty much everyone. But you're blending it into the hairline, that's where you're having the most product. Like right along that edge line. And then you're going to blend it into the rest of the face. I just got to get the product there first. Get off some of it. And now I'm going to do the same motions, but coming down, pushing up. Into the face, pushing up, away from the face. Ta-da. Taking just a little bit, focusing up on underneath my chin here, but then blending it out this way. Focusing it right here, but blending it out. I think it looks terrible if you put a lot of the makeup and then you go right along your jaw and then try and blend it. Same with this side, because you're going to have some harsh lines. So focus it on your chin and then blend this way. And then you can blend into right here a little bit with just whatever is the excess. Don't add more. Nice. Nose contour, last but not least. My favorite. Going to carve that nose. If you have a mirror light, ring light, whatever, it's nice to see if you're just looking directly in it where your shadows are. If you don't know how to contour your nose, I'm using, again, the same brush. You can use a different brush if you want, more of like a compact one, and then you can blend it out later. I just use the same brush and I focus it on the edges of the brush. So I'm going to pick up that and go right along one side of my nose. And the same thing on this side. Focusing it mostly towards the bridge and then not so much down the nose. So mostly up here, not down there. Because you don't want to like make it look like you have a dirty nose. and whatever is extra, putting it along this little section of the eye socket to kind of just blend it up into the eye section to kind of just connect your nose to the hollows of your eye. I don't suggest that you grab more, I just made a mistake, but I'll do this instead. And then right along the tip of the nose. Just right along the tip of my nose. It all depends on like your nose shape, like what exactly would look good. With mine, I definitely want to do this because I want it to cinch my nose. Cinch the nose, make it look smaller. Next is blush, and that's up to you if you want to wear blush. I didn't for a very long time. I only recently, well, not recently, I'd probably say within the past handful of years, like 2-3 years, I've actually worn blush, because before that I was like, oh my gosh, no, like my face is already so red, I don't want to do that. But it's cute. I like blush now. I have like the most corally blush. I don't like a pure pink blush. This one is the Tarte Party one, and I'm actually very upset that I can't get this anywhere at the store. You have to get one that's like a regular one, because this one's like your birthday one, but it's perfect. So I'm very sad. Anyway, I'm taking a what is this called? A stippling brush. I use a stippling brush, put a little bit of the blush on there, tap off the excess, and now you're gonna see where your hollows are. You're gonna see where your lightest point is under your eye. You're gonna do it right on top of the apples of your cheeks, aka your cheekbones. I focus it more on this part, and then blend it up onto the cheekbone. Blending it in with the bronzer just a little bit, just so that way you don't have like those lines. Yeah. But see how I'm still leaving like that section under my eye that's just completely white. It's going to highlight the eyeballs. A thing I have been doing recently is taking eyeshadow with a angled brush and doing like that fox eye thing. Have you seen that? You've probably seen that. And yeah, I'm gonna do that with a brown eyeshadow. I try and find a very cool toned brown eyeshadow because I think it looks better. So as of right now, I've been using the Morphe James Charles palette for this because I like the color T for this. I'm just spilling everything. And with a tiny angled brush, this one happens to be a eyebrow brush, but I don't fill in my eyebrows with that stuff. So put a little bit on there, tap it off. Pretty much exactly where I would put my liner. Ah, my eyelashes in the way, I can't see. Ah, ah. And just bring that in to blend it. Can you see that? Without my messed up eyelashes. Just brushy eyelashes. Nice. But see, it's very similar to if I was to just do black eyeliner, but I haven't been doing black eyeliner recently, especially just for an everyday thing, but mostly because of these lash extensions now. Cute. Cute. Very nice. Eyelashes are a mess. Don't want to talk about it. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. And for eyeshadow. And whatnot. So, moving on. I'm not wearing mascara recently because of my lash extensions, but we need to have a talk. The Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara has been my favorite of all time. I don't like it anymore. Saddens me to say, but I don't like her anymore. I don't like her. I'm trying and I don't like her because now I need to just use something for my bottom lashes. And she ain't it. She ain't it. So, bye. Anyway, we're gonna try and find something else. I do like the Bad Gal from Benefit mascara. I think that's a good one. So we'll put that on our bottom lashes. You can put that on your top lashes if you want. I'll put it on my bottom ones. Highlight, my favorite thing of all time. But doing my eyebrows. I can't forget to keep doing my eyebrows. Sometimes I fill them in, and if I do, it's with the Maybelline Total Temptation little double-ended thing. There's got a brush on this side, and then it's like a gel pencil thing on the other side, and I prefer this because I don't like using pencil for eyebrows. I don't like using it for lips. Like, if it doesn't glide on nicely and it hurts and I have to sharpen it, then no. That ain't the move. And just a tiny little brush of it to blend it out right there. I mostly worry about it right in the front section to blend it. I'm just gonna push it up. Then I'm gonna take my 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. It's this one. Nice. And paint that on the eyebrows. Paint it on, and then take the side of the brush and brush it all upwards, and then I just take the ever so slight top of it and just push them down, because I like to have the bigger, thicker eyebrows. That's my look. That's what I like. Do that on this side as well. Paint that on. This stuff's great. It's like glue in a bottle. And that's what I need for my eyebrows. Being that they're bigger and whatnot, they get a little haywire sometimes with the hairs, so I need something like this, which is like glue, to tame them down. Nice. Whoa. Why do my eyebrows look like this all the time? Wait a second. I need to revel in this moment. Why do they look so much better than they did the past week? It's just because of you guys. It's just because I have an audience. That's why. Anyway, we're gonna do some highlight. My favorite brush ever for this is the Real Techniques brush, which is actually the setting brush, but I like it for highlight, just in my opinion. I go in with two different highlights, so I have the Becca highlight in Champagne Pop, of course. Love that. Just got sparkles everywhere when I did that. And just putting that on my cheeks, a little bit up here. After picking up the product, I mostly focus it right here, and then I'll just take the excess and bring it up here, because otherwise it's a little too strong if you bring it all the way up there with new product. I got glitter in my eye. I can feel it. Ow. Ow. Okay. Ow. Kind of stings, not gonna lie. So I only use the champagne pop on my cheeks as of right now. When it comes to the summertime, I will put it everywhere. But right now is not that time because I am not golden. I am pearl. Oh my gosh, the freaking glitter. Okay, and then my other little concoction, ow, glitter, is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek, yeah, in Flexitarian. It's my favorite. As you can see, I've hit pan and I'm very upset, but that's okay. I'll just buy another one. And don't come for me. I top it off right here just because it's like, ooh, give it a little bit of, love that. I'm a sucker for highlight. Oh my goodness. If I saw somebody just like walk on the street, I will yell to you, I love your highlight. If I can see it, I will tell you. If you're beaming to the gods, if you look like the goddess that you are, I will compliment you. I got you, girl. I will 100% compliment you and make you feel like the queen you are. And yeah, I have an obsession with highlighting my nose just a little bit too much. Try and stop me. I want it to look like an exclamation point. Does it look like an exclamation point? Cool. And a little bit on the top lip. On the cupid's bow. That wasn't enough. Much better. And then I will take my ring finger, stick it in the highlight, and put it in my inner corner. Just a little bit. Just add a little bit of brightness, even more, to that section. Boom. Beautiful. So pretty. Look at that highlight. Oh, oh my goodness. It's blinding. That's how I want it to be. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so let me brush out my lash extensions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope there was a little bit of some tips here to help you, maybe some product suggestion. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any other suggestions, feel free to DM me on Instagram. You can comment below this video if you'd like. Anything that you'd like, I will gladly answer. I will gladly do them. Anything that you guys want, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!